In May, Grand Rapids voters will be asked to extend the temporary income tax they approved for 2010 for another 15 years. The money would be used to fix city streets. And today, we're getting a better idea of who it supports and who's against that request. 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey has more on this story tonight.
Expect yard signs and robocalls on the road leading to the May vote. This time, there's organized opposition to the request.
The city needs to look to how it's spending its money before it goes to the taxpayers and ask for more from them.
Jason Miller with the Grand Rapids Taxpayers Association says the state, not the city, should be funding streets, even though supporters say cuts in state funding is what led them to request local tax support. And while city officials say holding a May special election will be cheaper than waiting until the August primary or November general election, opponents are upset over what they call a stealth scheduling of the vote.
The only reason that one can come up with to spend extra money on a May election is because May elections are likely to have maybe 50% fewer voters than the August election.
This is not the first tax hike the city's put before voters in the last year. Last fall, Grand Rapids residents approved a millage hike to support parks and recreation with no organized opposition. So why organize against this election? Well, one reason, the use of the word temporary in the 2010 income tax campaign.
That promise is being broken, and I think it's just outrage to me and a lot of others in town to see yet another tax increase coming through.
The Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce is supporting the request. It would raise just under $10 million annually for road repair in the city.
Streets are a valuable asset, and they're essential to not just our residents and our businesses, but also visitors and our overall economy.
The Chamber had a much different opinion in 2010 when the temporary income tax was proposed to fund projects that would help the city run leaner. At the time, Chamber officials called the tax, quote, a Band-Aid effort to maintain a status quo that must change, end quote. But 4 years of cutting costs and streamlining government has changed the Chamber's mind about the way the city's run.
It's clear to us now that we must invest in our streets. I mean, the numbers are there, all the data's there, it shows this needs to happen soon, or else we're going to have a bigger burden later.
In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, 24-hour News 8.